have left me behind, old friend, at the Yellow Crane Terrace, on your way to Yangtze, in the misty month of flowers. Your sail, a single shadow, becomes one with the blue sky, till I see only the river flowing away. You have left me behind, old friend, at the Yellow Crane Terrace, on your way to Yangtze, in the misty month of flowers. Your sail, a single shadow, becomes one with the blue sky, till I see only the river flowing away. Yeah, I'm playing an old Weissenborn guitar that's been around even longer than Harry. That's pretty damn old.
No way.
Yeah. Okay, let's see here. I think I'll try this one. This one's a little hard to play, actually. This is by another Chinese poet. I wrote the music for it. Isolate and full, the full moon floats over the house by the river. Below the gate, cold water rushes away. The bright gold film on the river is never still. The brilliance of my quilt is greater than precious silk. The circle without blemish, the empty mountains without sound. The moon hangs on the wide vacant sky. Pine cones drop in the garden, senna trees bloom in the field. Same clear glory repeats itself, regardless of how I feel. Wow, that is a hard one. I better play an easy one after that. This one's called The Power of Small Things. Yeah, so Todd Jeffries wrote the lyrics, I wrote the music. Shut tight the door, a big storm is coming. Thunder rattles the panes. Dark clouds roll over the hills. Rain soaks through. Our breath disappears, just like the ring. Such is the power of small things. In winter we made tracks, coming through the snow. Imagine a place in time, a safe place to go. Our breath disappears, just like the ring. Such is the power of small things. Through the snow. Imagine a place in time, a safe place to go. Our breath disappears, just like the ring. Such is the power of small things. Yeah, I like that one.
So, Stephen, just out of curiosity, has being a physics teacher, having that kind of a knowledge and intellect, has that affected your guitar playing and that kind of stuff?
Well, it helps me out, I think, because I have to stand up in front of people all the time and talk, and
just the teaching, but
yeah, the physics itself. I mean, of course, there's a lot of physics. I mean, music is all physics, but it's not really all physics because I play by ear. I don't know how to read music. And I just make this stuff up. I use a bunch of weird tunings and stuff. This one's an open D tunings. This is, Jen wants me to introduce my instrument here. This is a 1927 Weissenborn guitar. It's made out of solid koa wood. The whole thing's made out of koa wood, including the fretboard and headstock and the whole bit, except for the tuning pegs. They're made out of like ancient plastic. It has a hollow neck. You see, it doesn't have a regular neck. You can't play this guitar any other way but laying in your lap. These white stripes that you see on the fretboard are actually pieces of tape that I bought in an art store, because what's under there is like these little pieces of inlaid wood. And the pieces of inlaid wood are too close, I guess probably with age, to the color of the rest of the fretboard. And so when I play like at a wine bar or something, like I used to play at the Wine Therapist, you can't, it's dim in there and you can't really see it too well. So I had to put these white pieces of tape on. You know, it's got like a piece of aluminum stuck here. The bridge is, I guess that's called the saddle, isn't it? Yeah, the saddle is a piece of aluminum. Usually, I mean, that's the way they were traditionally when they were made in 1927. They were made from about 1918 until maybe 1935. But now there's makers that make them here and there around the world, including, of course, the unforgettable Chinese instruments, which are no good. But
yeah, see, people would really get bored if I tried to explain to them my plywood Takamine.
Yeah, but a lot of people play that, and that's a workhorse guitar that a lot of famous people have played, including James Taylor played a Takamine for a while.
Yeah, well, I got a plywood Takamine. I think I'm gonna write a song about that one of these days.
You should.
Anyway, that's really interesting. All your instruments there.
Yeah. All right.
Go ahead.
Back to the thing here. Yeah, this is a song called "Echoes in the Night," and again, lyrics by my old friend Todd Jeffries. I have to play one that I wrote, where I wrote the lyrics for in a minute. But anyway, okay, here we go. I came back from my travels, movement seeking rest. A hatless hobo drifting. See, by the time I get to the third line, I remember how it goes. Came back from my travels, movement seeking rest. A hatless hobo drifting. I'd completely failed the test. The swirl of our galaxy spinning into light, chimes from the tower fading like echoes in the night. Swirl of our galaxy spinning into light, chimes from the tower fading like echoes in the night. Yeah, Todd Jeffries was this guy that I knew in college, and I still keep in touch with him. And every once in a while, he'll send me some poems that he's written, and then I sort of adapt and change the poems until they fit music. And he's quite the writer. Anyway, this next one, I wrote the music and lyrics for this one. This is called Beer Glass. And it was, I wrote it after I watched this episode of the Antiques Roadshow. I don't know if you ever watched the Antiques Roadshow, but sometimes they have people on there that are rich, and you tell them, okay, you know, you're your letter opener is worth $10,000, you know, and they just go, you know, oh, thanks, you know, great. And then you have these other people that are obviously poor as hell, and so this was about a guy who was really obviously poor and old, and he had this beer glass that he thought, you know, he actually had a sticker on it that he was going to sell it in a garage sale or something. He had a sticker on it that said that it was going to sell for 50 cents. And it turned out it was worth like $3,000 or $4,000. And when he found out, man, I mean, he just cried. I mean, it was amazing. I saw an old man cry the other night on the Antiques Roadshow. He found out how much his old beer glass was worth. I couldn't help wondering what had brought him to this point, why his voice had cracked so tenderly, face had shriveled like the face of a mother who'd just given birth. That's called Beer Glass. Thanks. I could write a lot of songs that say stuff like, she left me and I don't care, but I'm gonna get drunk. But instead, I write these poetry songs.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. But this is not what I do. Nothing's wrong with that. Just like there's nothing wrong with drinking sweet tea.
Like let's get drunk and dance. Or whatever it was.
That's a typical song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 2 verses and a chorus. Here we go. This is called Floating in Gold. It was a fall day, dark and leafless, and I searched among the last bits of gold, floating over a dark brown forest. There was no crooked grin tall man wanting to have a good time. I searched among the feathers of pigeons, hoping to find the rhyme. My head grew heavy, my feet wouldn't move. I crawled over pavement, I got in a groove. Faster and faster the grass hurried by, tall tree, gold leaves lying by. And I climbed and climbed, floated in gold, near the dark leafless sky. Yeah, floating in gold. I wrote that poem. I wrote that poem when I was, I think I was either in college or right after I got out of college. So like something like 50 years ago, something like that. And I was desperate. So.
So you wrote real poetry and.
Oh yeah, yeah, and yeah. Most of these are
where the people snap
almost
their
all
fingers
these are
and stuff
actual. Yeah, no, there's no snapping because rhythm is not my strong suit.
Okay. You remember the beatniks?
Yeah, that was even before my time actually.
Was it?
Well, beatniks maybe like that was in the 50s, right? So I was born.
Yeah, I always thought the hippies kind of came out of the beatniks. It's kind of
yeah, they probably did.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Bob Dylan was friends with like Allen Ginsberg and stuff like that.
Was Ginsberg a beatnik? Was he a beatnik?
Yeah. He wrote this poem called "Howl," and it was a big deal back in the day. So I wrote this poem. This is another poem that I put to music. It's a short poem, and I wrote it. I was going around Dallas, and I was like writing poems about various places around Dallas, And so there's this park in University Park called Caruth Park. So I went over there, and I saw some people, some women sitting in there with their kids and stuff, So I wrote this poem about that. Clusters of new leaves filter sunlight like families of translucent children. While mothers sit like the long curved trunks of the circle of trees. Clusters of new leaves filter sunlight like families of translucent children. While mothers sit like the long curved trunks of the circle trees. Yeah.
You're down to 5 minutes almost. It seemed like you just got started.
I know. That's because I'm so damn much fun.
Yeah, we need to get you to come and just like do 3 or 4 hours.
I know.
Yeah.
You really
And we'll all
do.
get. We'll
I mean, I don't know why these other people are even bother showing up. But anyway.
We'll sit around and drink wine, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. one do I want to do? Let's see. I think I'll do... No, that one's too depressing. Oh, maybe I'll do it anyway. Just because I kind of like it. I didn't write this lyrics to this one. This is lyrics by this female Chinese poet from like the Sung Dynasty, Li Qingzhao. She's a pretty famous poet. If you were Chinese, you'd know about her. But anyway, all alone I stand, motionless at my window. I watch the gathering shadows. Fine rain sifts through the Wutong trees and drips drop by drop through the dusk. And I have seen the wild geese overhead, and I have searched the cold and sought the clear and found no peace, only agony, pain and sorrow. What can I do now? How can I fight off this world? All alone I stand, motionless at my window. I watch the gathering shadows. Fine rain sifts through the Wutong trees and drips drop by drop through the dusk. And I have seen wild geese overhead, and I have searched the cold and sought the clear and found no peace.